Another guy that I know and love, and you may know the names too, a little bit of hair before your time, is a guy named Warren Sapp. You all know Sappy, right? Well, this guy is a piece of work, but he's an original. And he talks about the fraternity of men, especially at Miami, about asking people who came before you, what's it like? And you get a lot of people who are reluctant to say, oh, these guys are old-timers already. Even Warren Sapp's an old-timer. But I want you to hear what he had to say about giving back and using your heart to make somebody better. Here's Warren Sapp.
The thing about Warren Sapp, and I always love this about him in all the years I've known him, back even through the Miami days, you know, all kidding aside and trash talking aside, whatever you want to call it, the guy's got a gigantic corazon, the biggest heart, and wants to share. I mean, wants to love everybody. I mean, maybe not everybody in the league, but pretty much if anybody came to you and said, I'd like to have your advice, I'd like to get your, you'd give him the time. Yeah.
Come on, take a seat.
A good man.
What you got going on?
A good man.
But the thing about it is, with today's, I call them Generation Z. Anybody 25 and under is Z because they come at you sideways. You know, you're like, cuz, I mean, I've been in this thing since day one. You don't know nothing. All right, I don't know nothing then. But you'd be surprised.
What advice then, in our final moments, would you give to an aspiring athlete, or aspiring doctor, or aspiring shoe salesman, aspiring anything? Warren Sapp came from an area outside of Orlando, Florida, had very little to work with, but he had a ton of family, he had a ton of support, and look at his great success, one of the great success stories in the history of this game. What advice would you give about possibilities?
You know what the thing about, not possibilities or potential, because those are the most wasted things on a day in, day out basis in America. Know what you are and live up to that, because that's the only person you got to answer to. You know, for all the whatever they've said about me and whatever, I can look in the mirror and say, you know what? I've done it. And I did it my way, and I did it the way that I thought was right. It might not be the way you do it or the way that's politically correct, but that was my way.
Right.
And I'm the only one that's got to answer to everything I've done.
You're the only one that's got to answer to you. Now, you might have to answer to your coaches, or maybe sometimes some fans, you think, but that's not really who you have to answer to ultimately. It's yourself. Are you the best person you can be? Are you better a little bit every day? Are you making your teammates better? Are you making the effort a little easier because you gave more for the next guy? And that's what it's all about. That's what he was talking about. Everybody matters. I don't care if it's a scout team player, a special teams guy, a walk-on. Everybody matters with a great football team. This football team here, the national championship, I think, you may agree with me, is the greatest football team in college football history. And it's because everybody mattered. Third stringers, scout team, and they all put it together, and they left nothing on the field except every ounce of their effort.